One, two. Okay, making sure it's still going. Alright, guys, we are back. Did a little tiny bit, just kind of peeked the top of his head. It's a little messed up, but I'm not worried because this program is amazing. Also, just kind of gave the body a little bit of a angle there on the sides and pulled out this faceplate. That was it. So just little things to kind of keep me going while I was on the break. And now we're going to do some, let's make the wrist. So, and get the guy's hands going, because these are just butt ugly. And that's not going to happen around here, yo. So let's get a kind of an idea. Look what the hands are. They're pretty much robotic hand looking hands. Pretty simple. I think we're going to make these... they're kind of like mittens on there. I guess that's okay, but I'd rather have fingers myself. So I think what I'll do is make this a finger, and then we will create sections for that finger and so on, like that. And the thumb is going to be 2 sections, so we're going to push this back up in here for the first section, and then we'll create a second one for that as well. I think what I want to do though with the fingers, or at least the thumb, is get the roundness and stuff worked out. I'm not sure why my cursor has changed again. It's hard to work with my cursor like this. It's not as precise because I'm not really looking at it the same way. Okay, that's fine there. And I think from the front I'm going to add some joint parts to this. We're going to use a two-point circle. Going to go from here to here, and I will add this onto the thumb. I think that'll be fine, and we can go to our faces, and this is going to be I'm going to cue that to this, so we'll just pull that back and select the edge that it's going to snap to, like that. Agree, everything's good to go. And might even make this face here, let's see if it'll let me do this, but a bit smaller. Don't think I can do it that way, so I'm going to take the edges now and try to move the edges in a little bit, which it definitely lets me do. And I think if I select that one, pull that one, don't know why it's going up, must have grabbed it in the wrong direction, but pull that one in this way. The point of that is so that I can add the circle to the bottom part here, and we're going to use I guess we can do a 1 point just the same. However, got to get this to snap, which it has, and we'll now zoom back, which is in my opinion a flaw in the program, but it's fine. And we can take this piece and we're going to cue that back using this, and we will pull that back and snap it to that far edge, and that will be done. As far as I can tell, that's good to go. It's got a little bit of an angle or something. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever works. And we will pull the curves off, I guess. I don't really like the fact that this has a separate piece like that, so I'm going to undo seems like, yeah, I pushed in that edge. So I'm going to undo that like so. Then we're going to push this edge inward, leaving it flat from the front to back. I think that's okay. And now from the front, I come in here. I'm going to get rid of this other curve. It's just distracting. We're going to take this, do a 2-point circle from here to here. Say okay to that. Zoom back out, which is my favorite. And extract that or extrude that backward. It's doing it as a separate object, but that's okay. I will meld the two together here now. I'm going to go to Q, and say yes. And then we can get rid of this curve. And now you notice there's no line here on the front, which is what I was mainly trying to avoid. Now I will tilt these in toward each other, so I can take this face here, do a revolve V from up here, and we can say you lean in that way, and then I can do the same on this back side. This just gives it a bit more flair. Revolve V and do it from this backside point as well, like that. You can see the thumb gets thinner as it goes toward the middle. That's the point of it. And now, worry about the fillets here in a second. I want to take this piece of the thumb here. I'm going to duplicate it and pull this down and make this, I believe, just trying to save some little bit of work. Do it like so. And move this. We turn on, hopefully you can see, there we go, that's not so bad. Get kind of a much of a real circle in there as possible, and that should be good. And looking at it from, where are we at? From the side here, I want to make it thinner or wider. I think we'll make it thinner this way. And then that way I can move this forward. It will sit pretty much in the middle of that piece. That looks pretty good. The front, let's just try to make that more of a circle. I think that works there. Because we're going to have to run a pin through this, and I'm just trying to get that kind of in a more circular way. That works for me at the moment. Also, I think if I take a line from here to here, give that a cut, knife, and then I'll do the same on the back side here. From here to here, knife. I can draw those two faces forward and backward. Let's see if that works with just a offset. That actually isn't bad. I was just going to do the tip of the finger, but I think the circle's kind of cool. We'll do that. We'll worry about anything else involving that here in a second, but what I want to do is carve out a slot for this thumb to fit in, and to do that I'm going to have to create a something that runs, a rectangle that runs off of that face. Let's see if I can even see that. Probably not. Let's just cut it anyway, something like, I'm going to go a little bit up and outside of the actual piece that's there, and something like that. I hope that look somewhat correct. I think so. We will have to size this now this way and move this down some. Hopefully that will be enough. Point of this is we're going to extrude that face. If I can grab it here, this face and this face is going to extrude through that. So W, use this as our target body, I hope. Pull that through. That is not what we want. So what we want is that. Extrude, W. Why won't it pick that body? Let's escape. Let's take those two faces now. It's curved, so we need to grab the curve, move that out away from it, and this should give us the ability to do what I was trying to do. We just select this, W, say, why won't it select that body? Very strange. Remove the plane. Okay, cancel. Weird. Let's take, it usually doesn't have this problem, but let's grab the curve, move it completely off any other objects. Maybe that's it. I don't know. And of course now it's not going to move it according to that plane. This should just work. I don't understand. So if I go through, we want, okay, that's not working. So we're going to select this body. We're going to this should totally work. I don't understand. Probably can't cut with this curve, can we? Well, it says we can. Let's just do it. Delete all the pieces, and that works just fine. That's what we want. That looks like it clipped just barely, but you know what? I can probably offset this space really slightly in there. There you go. We got plenty of room for everything. So that's how that needed to be done. We're going to have to do essentially the same thing to this piece once we get our joint built up here, which shouldn't be too difficult, I'm hoping. And these edges could probably be beveled out slightly, just like that, to make them smooth. Those are already smooth and tangent in the front. Okay, so let's work on the thumb joint here. We're just going to drill a hole here for a pin. So this is going to be about that big. Works for me. Going to not delete that curve for starters. We're going to move it out in front. Going to take the face. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to take the face. We're going to go W, and then we're going to select this object and this object and pull that through. And now we have the hole through everything. Then we're going to take that curve, make it slightly smaller, SS, a little bit smaller. There you go. And we're going to extrude that as a new body through everything like so. And then I can work on the length of it after the fact. We don't want an extrude, so therefore we need to get rid of that curve and just offset the ends essentially like so. And this one to the same approximate distance there. It's looking like, ooh man, I chopped my finger there a little bit too much, so I'm going to see if this program, being as cool as it is, will fix this, and I think it will, by allowing me to angle that back out. We'll see. This will be a good test. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to rotate this, and we're going to go from a custom rotation point. Let's try that right there, and we'll just rotate. Look at that. I brought the thickness of that joint right back to this bottom piece where it was cut off. How awesome was that? Yep, I'm in love. Okay, that saved that, made it perfect. Let's go ahead and pull that out so we can do that what we need. We're going to offset this curve here inward to there. And we're going to offset this curve inward to there. Perfect. And we're going to select the face here and the face here, and we're going to offset those out to create our heads of those pins. And then all we got to do is our fillets. On those, and we're good. Let's just go ahead and chamfer or fillet the inside. I say go ahead and fillet those. Why not? Cool. And works for me. Maybe a little detail in the middle. We don't need another circle. We can actually just offset this edge toward the center. We'll do the same thing on the back side at the same time. So we just go O and go up. It's not going to let us do them at the same time. That's cool. We'll go here, O, something like that in the center. I just want to get the other one approximately the same size. Come on. So we'll select this edge O, about like that. In fact, we can look through here if we need to. I will undo that offset. Oops. And have a look. I need to also turn off my see-through for the moment, because we're going to offset this ring. That should be to this. Yeah, it should be to that. So offset that one to, I think we can snap. Nope, we can't. To there. Looks great. And now with those both offset, man, that zooming thing is killing me again. I can select the faces, front and back, and pull those out, and then select their edges. I should turn off my, there we go, and even make those have kind of a much roundier point there, and that should all be one object now. Yes, and yes, that pin is finished. Okay, so let's make the fingers cool. I need to put another 1 or 2 slots here. I'm going to go with 1. It's going to save lots of time to do it that way. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Let's do a central rectangle right here. And if I need to, I can move that up. I wish, oh, you know what, you can. Let's move that like so. That should be enough. And then we can take the face that we just created and we can difference that against that and pull this all the way through. And it wasn't enough, so hang on. We will take that curve again and move it. Whoops, that's material. And move it. We have to do the, there we go, the custom. That should be fine. I think I'm going to scale it some more as well. So scale V, we're going to scale on that same axis there. There we go. I'm going to move it again. We're going to do it on this axis again, because I think I need to be below this a bit. And then I can W, select this and pull it through. That should be all it needs, we're hoping. I'm just going to save that curve for now, turn it off in case I need it. And then I need to make a piece that sticks out and basically becomes the central part of that. I'm wondering if I should do the hole first, just so I get a central location on that. Snapping is on, so how come I'm not getting a snap to that curve? He wondered. That's okay. It might be coming on. Well, I don't think so, because there is nothing snapping in the center. Okay, so is there anything that'll snap to the center? Because that's really what I need to have happen here. That might be because that's in an angle. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So from front view, nothing will snap because there's nothing perpendicular to the camera, parallel to the camera. So I may have to say, and this may throw off the whole thing. Nope, can't do it that way. Okay, so what is in there? I can do an offset of this edge and then continue from there, I guess. We can try that. So looking from the front, I'm just going to select, oops, undo. If I make an offset of this edge inward to where about my pin's going to be, let's do it like that. That's probably, I'm just worried that it's going to be hitting the bottom of that area, but that might work. We'll check it out. And I put that there just so I can use the center of it as a guide. I don't know if that will also make a guide for me, but it will not. But I can do this, which means I can find the middle of this line. I can come down to the middle of this line, and now I do have a center. In fact, I can also go from here to here, and with that I can place my center there if I wanted to. And let's just say I make that post about that big on this finger. And let me see if I'll back up here where we're going to wind up on everything. I think that's going to be more than okay. I'm going to grab this. If you can see, it's not going to intersect. And this is what I was worried about, it intersecting with the bottom. So I think that can even be bigger because it's not going to touch that bottom. So SS, move that out to where it see that we've got clearance there, and we will pull this forward. So now I know that that will work. If I wanted my pin that large, we could do that. I think that's fine. All right, so all these other helpers here can now go away. Let's see. That's the curve I don't want to get rid of. These two I can. And what's up with these? Those two can go away. And then this, being placed correctly now, we're going to subtract from this and just pull right through. That's okay, I guess. You know what? I don't want it there, though. I actually want that higher up. So with that being the case, I will make this line again. I will take this curve now, and I will move it, grab, and we're going to use a custom move line. So we'll use this line. And so now when we move this up, there we go. Perfect. It's a little toward the top, but I like it better. We can now get rid of this other line. It was a great help. Thank you, bud. And we're going to select this space. Let me zoom out so I can see what we're doing. W, select this guy, pull this all the way through, and now we have the hole where I wanted it. We can get rid of the curve, and we're good to go. If someone is chatting with me, I am not seeing it. Hopefully someone is seeing this. So I just wrote chat with me. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to do some fillets on these curves. I don't think they'll be seen, but it's good to be thorough. We'll do those like so. I'm going to leave that for the moment. And now we need our pin for here. Perhaps I can borrow the pin we already created, which would be cool. So we will Shift D that. From the front now, I'm just going to grab it and try to move this. It's trying to snap to the edge, which I don't really want. Close enough there. The whole thing looks like it could be bigger, so we'll scale that to here. Let's scale it down just a little bit now to where I can see like this. Then we will scale it out to some degree. The ends are not correct, but maybe I can manage those. We're going to grab it, move it this way, and then scale it in slightly. And I think we just live with that. Cool. And then I think, just to dress the fingers up a little bit, or the thumb, I'm going to inset a ridge here, an edge. I'm going to take that face that was just created from that, which it's not working that way, strangely enough. I don't know why. Why would that be the case? He wondered to himself. I don't know why, actually. Maybe we'll do this one side at a time. I'm talking too much. My voice is getting shot. Let's try this just on the one side. I don't know what just happened there. I'm selected a face I didn't mean to. We will select this face. We will inset it. And suddenly it's not insetting. I don't know why. I only want to inset this particular edge I've got here. Never had this problem before. It's working now though, so that's what counts. Oh, come on. It's being really, really touchy and weird. Okay, I guess that's okay. We say okay. I don't know if that's going to let me select a face. Now it is finally, thank goodness, before I freaked out. And we're going to probably offset that face out like this. And now we're going to try and do the same with this side. Just grab the edge. Don't know why that's doing over here. We don't want that. We only want this edge. And I'm going to offset to there-ish. Now we can grab this face and offset that. Yep, looks all right. And then now I'm going to take those edges. See if I can fill it everything at the same time, which would be nice. I guess it's little things like that that kind of, there we go, that don't always work, but this time they did. Alright, so we have to make a central section that goes around that. For the moment though, I am going to go ahead and fillet these. There we go. And then the bottom ones as well. Can even fillet the inner edges a little bit if we want. Just to nicen those up a little bit. There we go, looking good. That's a nice, healthy looking thumb piece, if I do say so myself. Alright, so now probably select these outer edges. If it'll let me, and fillet those a little bit. These should fill it without a problem. We'll just do those as an outer fillet, like that. And then these will get their own, just to give them a little bit of an edge there. I think that works. I may or may not go back and put a disc or something in the middle of that. We'll see. But that is the thumb. So now I need to do the hand with the beginning of the thumb joint on it. So cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go ahead and stop for now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.